Welcome to Working Week, and we love Nottingham so much we even spend our holidays here, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Who needs Skeggy when you've got Not City Centre Beach?
And the only thing we'll have more than the beach in Nottingham are businesses here in Notts. Let's take a look at a few. This is one of half a dozen buildings owned by Experian dotted around the city.
We've got some fantastic offices and some brilliant people.
The Vicky Centre Market.
I love the job of meeting the people, get your regulars day in, day out.
AscendX are the UK's leading business SMS company.
Once they come into Bennington, you know, they stay loyal and they're a brilliant team and just dedicated to their job.
And they don't come much bigger than Nottingham's Capital One.
I see what that is, that's a one. Very nice, Des, yeah. And did you know the Nottingham-based company has just been voted the best place to work in Britain? Do that, it's a seahorse.
Some more blues going on here.
It looks more like a playground for adults than a place to work, but it's helped Capital One to win numerous awards for the way it treats its workers. For the last 2 years, it's been voted the best place to work in the country and number 4 in the whole of Europe.
We have lovely big area offices, we've got a gym, we have a cycle to work scheme, we have cycle maintenance classes. They just seem to do everything possible to make you enjoy working here.
One of the great things about Capital One is it's nice and flexible. People can come and go as they please almost, but as long as you get the job done, it's very much built on trust and respect in the workplace.
It may look like fun, but for the company, looking after its workforce is a serious business. So what do they do to make sure coming to the office is a happy experience?
There's probably 2 or 3 things that are most important for us. One, communication. So we've just put in a huge amount of work trying to connect every single employee we have here to one goal. And it's our goal really, which is totally focused on our customers and to find a way to make our customers' lives better with the product that they have with us. And so I would say leadership has been really, really key. So we have a very open plan environment. Leaders are out on the floor. They are accessible by everybody. They speak a lot about why we do what we do, what's so important about that, and we try to encourage them to speak from the heart. One of the most important things is our environment. Very open plan, it's very light, it's very colourful, but we create places where people can work, where they can eat, where they can play, where they can even rest, and it's just really, really important because it just helps people when they go back to their desk, when they are working, to be the best that they can be.
How about you, Nails? What are you going for?
Orange.
You got orange?
Yep.
It's a unique culture. They do a lot of great work in the community. There's a real good vibe around the business. It's a great environment, as you've seen today. There's a real opportunity to help develop staff as well. So if you really want to get on in your career, then Capital One can kind of make that happen.
There's a big focus here on everyone sort of working towards the same goals, and I think other companies could probably learn from that.
From my personal experiences, a happier workforce is a more productive workforce, which obviously brings benefits to the business, and also it just makes coming into work a lot more of an enjoyable experience.
You can go back to the time where employees are just coming in to do a job and go home at the end of the day, but you get so much more than the sum of the parts by having your employees wanting to be the best that they can do, coming up with new ideas. They are closer to our customer than the leadership are, and so they can actually see what's going on the floor and what's difficult for customers and what's difficult for them in terms of serving those customers. Creating that environment, giving them that permission, empowering them if you like, just creates so much more than you would otherwise get if it was much more command and control as it used to be.
Here at Working Week, we get under the skin of working life in Nottingham's businesses, and they don't come much bigger than Experian. But what's it like to work there? 3,000 people work for Experian across 6 sites spread over Nottingham. They include local boy Kevin Miles, who works in the company's department for helping victims of identity theft.
We deal with victims of fraud, people that have had accounts set up in their name, applications made in their name, even addresses linked to them that they have no idea of.
So someone's stolen their identity and is now using it to get credit?
Yeah, that's right. And the thing is, people don't even realise that that's happened until they go for like a mortgage or check the report on the off chance.
Firms like Experian are important for providing graduate level jobs here in the city. So how did you get the job? What were you doing before that?
Before that I was at university in Leeds. I came back home to Nottingham and I thought I'd take this job as like a stopgap measure. The degree I did was in sports science, so I was far away from fraud as you can be, really.
Not quite graduates yet, but on their way. Alex and Charlotte have been taken on by Experian to study for a business degree at Trent University, whilst also working for the company. Alex and Charlotte, just tell me, what's it like combining being a student with having a full-time job as well?
So we've got study blocks, which are week-long periods where we'll learn, you know, often a term's work for normal students, so it is quite hectic.
What we learn in the week, then we have to go away and find the people to talk to Experian and apply what we learn at uni to Experian. So we have to find people and talk to them and ask about that topic. So we find out a lot about the business. So after our 3 years, hopefully stay on Experian and we'll have a lot of knowledge about the company because of the degree that we've done.
Compiling and analysing data about all of us is at the core of Experian's work. The firm's Mosaic programme tots up information to come up with a profile of the kind of people who live in every street in the country.
This is a map of Nottingham. Each one of these little squares is a postcode, and we can see at a lower level, at household level, or in this case at postcode level, what type of neighbourhood each of them is.
So do the colours represent how much money they've all got?
Well, yeah, amongst other things, it's a mixture of things. It's what sort of house do they live in, it's level of affluence or the lack of it, it's whether they've got kids or not. But it's related to lots of other things in terms of the types of jobs they do, the types of cars they drive.
How do you compile all this? What's it all based on?
It puts together about 500 different sets of data. So part of it is the census, but we pool a whole host of other data sets together in terms of, you know, what type of houses they are and all type of information. But by being able to put lots of stuff together, it gives you a really good picture. So you can see in the centre of town here with this sort of brownie colour here, these are all the students. And this purple patch in the middle here, where I'm waving the little hand there, that's the park.
Of course, programmes like this, which are based on personal details about all of us, have a hint of Big Brother about them. So how does Experian respond to claims that it's all, well, a bit sinister?
Well, we do hold a lot of information, and some of it's quite personal information. So we spend a lot of time, effort and money, both in terms of physical security and IT security. And at the same time, we look very closely at you know, what we do with information to make sure we're doing the right thing. And there are lots of great examples of how we use the information and the analytics that we do to make the world a better place.
Let's take a look at another Nottingham institution. We've been behind the scenes at the Victoria Centre Market to meet the people who work and shop there.
£11, my darling, please.
60 stalls and an astonishing 1.6 million visitors every year. There's been a market here for more than 4 decades, and many of the people working on the stalls have been here for much of that time. Tracy Johnson has worked in the market for more than 30 of them. 2 years ago, she turned this cafe into a real family venture. Who have we got in today?
2 of my sons. There's normally 3 of them. One of them's day off today.
How does that feel, you know, having all your family around you working with you?
It's lovely. It's great because they just get on with it and they put 100% in, and it's lovely. Nice atmosphere.
And how did you get to be running this place then?
I'd worked here for quite some time and then it went up for sale.
All right. And ladies?
Yeah. It was a big gamble, but I did it.
Had you done anything like that before, ran a business or anything?
No, but I love the job and meeting the people, get your regulars day in, day out.
Tracy's business is expanding, but overall the market is suffering at the moment. Footfall is down because of the refurbishment work to the Victoria Centre. Traders are hoping it picks up again when the work's finished.
I'm optimistic about it because I just think the supermarkets aren't giving what we can give, and that is personal service. We can tell you exactly where our meat comes from. The fish over there can tell you where the fish comes from, and it's all fresh and it comes in daily.
Traders here have to be quick on their feet, packing a lot of shopping opportunities into a very small space.
I'm a barber's, I sell fishing tackle, I pierce ears, keep a few walking sticks in for people. In the shop itself, I keep hooks up, reels, stuff people can afford, market sort of stuff.
And you pack it all in here?
10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot. They sort of come in regulars, the wives go and have a cup of tea, the fella gets his hair cut, Sometimes I chat about fishing, sometimes it's about football.
So you could probably be sat in that chair and you could reach a fishing rod, couldn't you?
You can do anything here. In the 3 years I've been here, I've actually had one chap come in, about in his 50s, long hair, wanted smartening up, cut his hair, pierced his ear, sold him a full set of fishing gear. It's had to happen once.
Generations of shoppers have grown up using the Vicky Centre Market, and Faye, who's a former president of the National Market Traders Federation, believes the future is looking good for stallholders, with a new wave of younger customers using markets.
Especially on a Saturday, it's getting younger and younger, and the TV chefs have done us an awful lot of good. They bring the recipes in and they don't understand meat. We seem to be educating. They can't even tell you the difference between beef and lamb, so we go along the front and show them everything and get the recipes going for them.
And with stalls still available, there's a chance to set up that business you've always dreamed about. So if someone wants a stall, how do they go about it and how much does it cost?
Stalls depend on size, where they're located in the market. Obviously there's prime positions at the front.
Yes, so right at the front here, yeah.
And frontage, where the depth, where they can sell from. The cheapest one we've got is about £350 a month plus VAT. There's space available, just come and see us.
Well, it's time for us to take a break now.
We're always on the break, mate.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. This is quite restful, I must admit. But we'll be back in a short while with even more of Nottingham's top business stories.
I want to go on that.
You brought your money?
Lend us.
Fresh out. Usual story. Welcome back to Working Week.
Yeah, currently celebrating some of the finest views in Nottingham.
Des, back in the room, Des, yes. I'm getting a bit distracted there. But we're also looking at some of the finest businesses too.
We're a niche business. We've had so many opportunities to travel around the world. I was in the States in March, meeting a lot of customers out there and creating new opportunities.
If you get a text from Ocado telling you that your shopping is going to be delivered, or from Specsavers reminding you about your eye test, it's probably us that's behind it.
Welcome back, and during the series we've seen some world-beating businesses in Nottingham.
And the next story is no exception. Two sisters out in Nottinghamshire who make horse-drawn carriages that are being sold all over the world.
We do a diverse range of carriages, from pleasure driving, people who just want to trot around the lanes on a Sunday afternoon and enjoy their horses. But our main core business is the competition carriages, which is really the driving trials. The other side of our business is we manufacture high quality metal furniture for the home and conservatory, which crosses over really well with our skills that we have here at Bennington.
And this picture was taken at Mansfield.
It's a family affair at Bennington Carriages, near Newark in Nottinghamshire.
And this is a pair of Shetland ponies that we had, and they were called Dusty and Fusty.
Michael Mart started the business nearly 50 years ago, and it's now run by his two daughters, Sue and Wendy.
So was this the first?
The first.
The first carriage. Dad's still involved in the business. He says he's retired, but he's not. And he's really our leader, you know. He has so many inspiration and so much technology, and he's always pushing the boundaries really, so we still need him. And Mum's semi-retired but does accounts. Wendy heads the furniture side of the business. We used to be in the village in Bennington, and about 3 years ago had the inspiration and foresight to move up here, which was a great opportunity and a big leap of faith, but we did it.
Ideal for someone starting.
The business has gone from strength to strength and now boasts a shop, a factory, and provides riding lessons for all ages.
Yeah. So again, it's just that small movement, and just think about just moving his head. I do a lot of coaching here, and we run a lot of have-a-go days, trying to get people into the sport and enjoy the experience.
Come on, you're going to knock that over. I'm going to... Oh no, we're taking the carriage with us.
Sue and Wendy have forged a remarkable career from carriages, competing around the world.
I've competed in the World Championships carriage driving and has some super wins in the UK. Had a win recently at Sandringham Horse Trials 3 weeks ago, which was an FEI 2-star, so that was a great achievement.
And in 52 years of business, Bennington Carriages have built up an impressive customer base.
We've built carriages for the Sultan of Brunei, tourism in Jordan. We've done one-offs, and we made a beautiful Cinderella carriage for Disney for their weddings department, and that was a fabulous opportunity to have, and we work very closely with Disney in Florida. We have clients that just like trotting around the lanes, and we've got the high-profile carriage drivers that compete internationally and win gold medals abroad. We're lucky enough to hold the royal warrant for Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, which we got in 1979 and which we still hold today.
It's very pretty. It's very nice.
Everything's
lovely.
The wheels are made from aluminium. Everything's powder coated.
We're very lucky to have a really good, loyal team, and it's good that we all cross over skills. And once they come into Bennington, they stay loyal, and they're a brilliant team and just dedicated to their job.
Let's take a look now at a Nottingham-based company that has a truly international feel.
Hey Will, how's it going today, mate?
All right, really well.
There's a never-ending sense of surprise to business life here in Nottingham. Take this firm, AscendX. You've probably never heard of them, but they manage text for businesses, a lot of businesses.
The French president, we helped him get elected and he uses us. People like Cabris, the Tour de France, Le Mans 24-hour, a very long list of famous and not so famous companies. The National Lottery use us, lots of airlines use us, a lot of household names, but also a lot that you've probably not heard of as well.
The Nottingham office is home to 65 people, but it's also the centre for an international operation.
Über Ihren E-Mail-Account verschicken Sie SMS. Bedeutet, Sie registrieren sich zuerst.
The company has offices in Barcelona, Paris and Melbourne in Australia, and it also recruits workers from around the world.
It's good to have this internationality in our company, especially in our team. We have people from the nationality, so we've got someone working here who's from France, someone from Spain, etc. So, yeah, it's great.
All right, brilliant. Cheers. Cheers.
It's a high-tech business that has to compete with companies from California to London, persuading talented people to move to Nottingham.
The challenge for us is getting talented technical people, catching them before they all go down to London or work for a big investment bank. We do very well because we're here in the city centre and it's a nice office and it's a nice atmosphere. We can buy a good-sized house for not much money, a good lifestyle alongside working in this demanding business. We can attract a lot of talent because of what we've built ourselves up to be, and then we can make sure that they have a nice lifestyle outside of that as well. In a lot of bigger cities than Nottingham, you can't really do that. So.
Like Capital One, who we heard from earlier, it's a young company that puts a lot of emphasis on keeping its young workforce happy.
Now your turn.
One of the great things about working at AscendX is the great people, really, and the great things that AscendX do for the people as well. Like, we have monthly socials, which are all funded by the company. This is the playroom that we're in now, which is just a great room if you want to take a break, have a game of pool. We've got lots of different games you can play on here. On a Friday, we also have beer o'clock. So at 4:30, we all down tools, get a beer. We've got an outside terrace as well, especially, which is great in the sun. So really, it's just a great place to work.
Hi, I'm good. How's it going?
We take training and development of individuals very seriously. So if a developer comes here, we can give them a good experience and a good amount of ongoing professional development.
And as AscendX expands worldwide, there are knock-on benefits for its home city.
We were founded in Nottingham. One of our co-founders lived in Beeston, started the company up in his garage, and the rest is history, really. Once we'd got a critical mass established in Nottingham, the logical thing was just to keep growing and investing here. But I think as we went international, we realised we couldn't run everything out of Nottingham. We're seeing more and more stuff in those international operations, but the head office is in Nottingham. That's where the classic head office functions, marketing, finance, development are. So as those territories grow, it creates jobs in Nottingham.
A Nottingham company has come up with a cool idea to help young people find a job. Take a look at this.
Whilst working at JD Sports, my greatest retail achievement has been customer service because of my sales.
Hi, I'm Louisa and I'm doing this video because I would like a career in the education sector.
Employers say to us it's really hard to find skilled young people, and actually we believe that CVs don't really do the job, to be honest. So we use video, we shoot what we'd call show reels of young people, that allow them to exhibit their soft skills, their interpersonal skills, how good communicators they are. Then we share those with employers. And employers don't want to spend hours and hours interviewing, so they find it much more effective only to interview those people that they really want in their company.
And where are you based? How do people actually get to use the service then?
Well, we come down here most days of the week, and we take referrals from
to the job centre on Canal Street.
That's right, yeah, the job centre on Canal Street. We have a centre up in the Broadmarsh on the upper floor. People can also drop in. They do a 2-day short course with us where they build their online digital profile, they build a video, we add a CV to that, and then they get 3 months of support from us where we help promote them into employers.
Is it free then, or is there a cost?
No, it's all free. All free. As long as they're referred from the job centre, it's all free.
Right, so yeah, we'll just do this a few times, so we'll start, John will come in after him.
If you've got one business, how do you grow another? You'll need a lot of energy. Not a problem for Amy Topham.
I started off as a freelance dance teacher, and then in 2009 I started my own dance company, which was Spritzer.
She has now launched her own clothing range, From the Heart Fashion.
I thought, what can I do that's kind of fashion but still I'm passionate about it, so I decided to do my own dance fashion range. There's a lot of places you can go and buy ballet leotards and ballet shoes, and I wanted to do some urban dance wear that made it obvious that you were a dancer. Dancers like to tell people that they dance without actually saying it, so I kind of went with that and thought, what can I do? So my designs are kind of based around that.
Get that small clap.
It was just absolutely fantastic when I was going to events and people understanding my designs, because they are very creative, and people wanting to buy them and were actually taking them off the shelf, and I was like, yay, it's happening.
And she's still aiming high.
I really want to have shops abroad, in like Paris and Venice, not just dancewear, sort of general fashion. And obviously I want to get my products, my dance products, into dance catalogues and get like a regular ongoing supply to dancers. This is the Can Dance range. A lot of people like to guess what it says.
Adrian Williamson from NBV advised Amy on how to grow her business.
I do quite a lot of research on behalf of clients, trying to identify things that may help them. It could be support organisations, it could be research into social media methods, it could be to do with ways to develop their website, things like that.
I had to learn about sales and marketing, things that I've never had to deal with before. Just, you know, with my dance company, there's just been so many different things that have like come up, and I've just thought, oh my God, how do I do this? So it's been really challenging in a business way.
The biggest problem sometimes people have when they start and they want to start a business or they have a creative thing that they're doing is that they understand the core of it. They understand the thing they want to do. It could be making pots, it could be doing animation, it could be doing all sorts of things. What we try and do is to provide them with the material that goes around the outside, the thing that will help them turn it into a business.
A lot of people don't get it because they're like, well, some people do. I've had 2 close mentors at NBV. They're just so supportive of what I do, and they are just, you know, no one has ever doubted me, and that's what I love about it. They're just like, yeah, you can do it, let's go. So that's great.
Well, that's just about it. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and don't forget you can catch Rob's lovely face on YouTube. Just type in Notts TV Working Week.
Only my mother could love this. But don't forget, if you've got a story for us, get in touch as well. news@workingweektv.com. That's news@workingweektv.com. See you next time.